welcome back to Indy NXT Debrief, and we've got the start of a very special series. Throughout the year, we're going to have a brand new guest on the show telling us all the things about Inside Indy NXT, as well as getting to know a new driver a little bit better. So we welcome Carson Etter. Carson, it's great to have you on. Let's start off. We're at the Indy 500, we're in person, so a great way to kick this series off. First time you've ever been here, kind of what's your thoughts on the whole Indy 500 experience?
I mean, the Indy 500 is spectacular. If anybody gets a chance to come here, I tell them to do it, because watching these cars go around this track at the speeds they're doing is outstanding. It's like, I got to experience it, I think 2 years ago for the first time, and first time coming here, I'd only watched it on TV, and I actually seeing the cars, my jaw hit the floor. I was like, oh my. How can I find a way to do something close to this? But I mean, it's a breathtaking experience. Every time you're at this track and watching the cars either go around the Indy 500 track or the road course as well. So it's just special watching those cars on track every time.
I mean, you say like it makes you just really want to be doing something like that. I mean, for us, we're not racer drivers. We're kind of mere mortals, normal people, and we're like, I can't think of anything more terrifying. So, what is it about it that you don't have the fear, and you just kind of you really want to do it? Kind of just talk us through that psychology of this, and just, I guess, racing in general. I mean,
racing, especially the IndyCar stuff, has been something I've wanted to do for a really long time. There's a book about me that I drew when I was in fourth grade that has a Red Bull or F1 car like in the back of it. It's like, what do I want to do when I grow up? But I don't know, just something about driving a race car. Honestly, whatever it is, preferably this, but kind of whatever it is, it's just, I don't know, it just like puts a smile on my face. So it's not like a no fear thing. It's I want to go past the fear. I want to do more than what my body tells me that I can do. So it's kind of something like that, and telling myself that I can do it when my brain's telling me, and you probably shouldn't try. But it's just awesome every time I get to sit in a race car.
And let's roll this back. Your route into motorsport, I guess, is not very conventional compared to a lot of other people. So just kind of share with the viewers kind of how you initially got into motorsport and how you kind of started driving cars.
Well, my dad has been driving off-road for 35, 40 years now. So he got me and my brother on a dirt bike when we were 4. We got into little dirt trophy cars when we were like, I think 7 or 8. And started racing four wheels when I was 10 years old, and always grew up like no like asphalt karting or anything like that, but like watching the Indy 500 with my dad. It was something that him and his dad did every single year, so I would do the same with my dad. And it's just like, kind of, I get asked that question a lot, like how did you transition into the asphalt stuff? And I don't know, to be honest, kind of just got an opportunity when I was 18 years old to drive a Formula 4 car, and kind of just hit the ground running with it. And next thing you know, we've just been kind of progressing at a steady rate, and it just every year keeps getting better than the last, and we're on the pace to keep that trend going this year. So it's definitely unconventional, but it's something that I think a few guys in the past have done, guys like Ricky Johnson and Rick Mears. So if they can do it, why can't I do it?
I guess when you race on dirt, it's a rather different experience to when you start racing on asphalt. So kind of, what are the biggest things you kind of really have to translate? Because I can't really imagine kind of how different sides of the spectrum those two things are.
Honestly, there isn't much that's the same. The only thing that the off-road has helped me with is driving in the wet. And we saw a little bit of that in race 1 at the Indy GP weekend. But I mean, quick hands is probably the only thing that I've really been able to translate from the off-road to the asphalt. When something goes wrong, you're able to kind of correct yourself pretty quickly, it's a good skill to have when things go wrong, especially when you look at the guys doing the big ovals like the Indy 500, and they have the rear snap on them, they're able to catch it. So that's kind of really what I would say is the only thing that's translated, but it's a helpful one.
Can you kind of pinpoint what it is about the asphalt stuff that you have really enjoyed or really clicked with compared to kind of the opposite side of your background? Like, what sort of things is it that you've kind of really got you into it, I guess, from a driving standpoint?
It rewards the precision. With off-road, it's kind of just throw it in and hope it sticks. I mean, now there is a very precise level to it, especially in certain parts of dirt racing, like short course and sprint cars and stuff. But I mean, you miss your break point here by 20, 30 feet, that car behind you is going to take every advantage on it. Like, one mistake is the difference between a podium and a seventh. So it's very fine point, and that's kind of like how I like to do things, even when I'm not at the track. Just kind of precision and do the same thing over and over again. It's not gonna lead to a better result, but it's gonna be consistent, and consistency is something that's hard to teach. So it's I don't know, it's just that precision aspect of it that I like a lot.
And as we're here, you're wearing a Chip Ganassi Racing shirt. You're with Chip Ganassi Racing and Indy NXT. And we were joking before we started that we were walking around the pit lane yesterday and we just kept seeing you and Neil's cooling and kind of on the pit stand or in the garages. So I guess, first of all, how did this move to Chip Ganassi Racing come about heading into this season?
Well, I mean, to be honest, it wasn't something that we initially planned on or was even attempting to pursue. We got the opportunity to do the rookie evaluation test in last September, just to kind of get a feel for the Indy NXT car, because we knew we wanted to do it at some point, but we just didn't know when the cars were going to be right for us. And that test went really well. And we were P6 out of both days. So it was something that both the team and ourselves looked at it like, maybe this is something we should explore. Like, maybe it now could be the right opportunity to get the ball rolling. And instead of maybe doing 2 years in a USF Pro 2000 car, maybe we try to do 2 years in an Indy NXT car. So unexpected for sure, but beyond grateful for everybody at the team to actually give me this opportunity. I mean, it's Chip Ganassi Racing. Just the name of the team is something that most people know in this world. So it's awesome being with such a prestigious team and learning from some of the best guys to ever do it. So,
and as you say, Chip Ganassi Racing is one of the most legendary names in motorsport, and with that, some of the most legendary drivers, and kind of in the same shop as you. You've got Alex Palou, you've got Scott Dixon. Yes, you're doing slightly different programs, but what's it like kind of interacting with those two modern day greats of what they're doing and kind of learning bits and bobs from them?
It's unreal, honestly. I mean, growing up as a kid, like, Scott Dixon was the guy I looked up to driving. So being on the same team as him is kind of still wild for me. But now just getting to learn off of what those guys are doing and how they're able to translate their talents into their driving styles, and how I can maybe see something that they're doing and be like, oh, okay, maybe I want to try that. It's kind of awesome to be blunt about it. It's being able to learn from some of the greatest to ever do it is extremely special to me, and I thank my lucky stars every time I step foot in the shop to go work out or drive the sim or something like that. So, yeah.
Nice. And we are 6 rounds, I think, into the Indy NXT season. How do you assess how it's gone so far? I guess it's been a bit of a baptism of fire for you, but how kind of relative to maybe what you were expecting coming into the year has it gone in these very early stages?
I mean, there wasn't really a set expectation to start the year. We know, I mean, I'm far behind on seat time from everybody else, and that's something that we've been trying to claw back from for quite a while now, and we're still clawing back. But I mean, the first 2 races of the season at St. Pete and then Arlington, they weren't quite what we hoped with the 2 DNFs, but or not DNF in St. Pete, but the bad luck in Arlington. But you know, it's part of racing, so you can't really look back on it. You can't change what happened. You can change what's gonna happen. So, I mean, we're putting in good progress every time we set foot on the track. The lap times start here and they'll finish here. So it's going good. The progression of getting used to this car and how everything works with the team and the car it's going so far so good. And I think as the season goes on, you're going to see some names up there that I don't think you'd expect to see. So, but yeah.
In terms of kind of those biggest differences, the biggest challenges, like, what have they been so far in these early rounds in terms of making that step? And I guess, how big has the step been for you?
The step has been big. I would go so far as to say that the difference between driving USF Pro 2000 versus Indy NXT is bigger than any sort of jump you're going to do in an open wheel race car. The way you drive the 2 cars is just they're not the same. And the pro car, it's similar to how you would drive something like a juniors or a USF 2000 car, but you don't drive the next car any way the same as you drive the USF Pro 2000. So it's been a big jump and something that I was super not like anticipating, but it's we've adapted to, for the most part. It's just trying to find that edge and stay there is what I would say is the biggest challenge right now.
And I guess it's quite interesting because there's some other drivers we've seen step up to Indy NXT this year who you thought maybe aren't having as great seasons as we thought they would. So would you say kind of with that challenge in the way you have to drive the car being completely different, those from Europe, actually the gap isn't as big on the basis that they drive similarly powered cars, and actually between all the drivers it's fairly even when stepping into Indy NXT machinery for the first time?
I would say sort of. The Europeans definitely have a bit of an advantage coming from the higher downforce cars over there, especially like the stuff like the F3 cars. There's been a lot of guys that have come in from F2, F3, and they're used to that downforce with like similar to what these Indy NXT cars have. But with the USF 2000 and the Pro 2000, it's not necessarily downforce based; it's more mechanical grip. And there is definitely a balance in that with these cars, but the way that you necessarily take the corner, kind of like mid-corner, it's not really the same. So I would say it's kind of 50-50 the way you look at it. Like they definitely have a bit of an advantage, but not as big as some would think.
Yeah, obviously this Ganassi program is fairly new in terms of Indy NXT, and it's obviously expanded as well this year. So I guess as much as you can speak on it, because I know you are obviously new to it, but how has it been working with a program that is kind of in its infancy, and has that kind of almost helped you because it's almost aligned with you being at the start of your journey in Indy NXT, them being at the start of their journey? Just talk a bit about that element of it.
Yeah, I mean it's been good. Like as you said, they're a fairly new Indy NXT program. So while us drivers are learning now, we have some experienced drivers on our team with Niels, James, and Bryce, but there's still some elements of the team that are still new and kind of finding their bearings. And as I'm learning, they're learning as well. So I wouldn't say it's a disadvantage. I'd say it's almost like a leveling, because we're finding new stuff that some people might not be finding, which can be helpful, especially like our oval cars are great. They're an absolute pleasure to drive, and they have experience with that stuff. So getting the newer team isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just kind of getting into a rhythm and a groove that you can kind of repeat at every race you go to. But yeah, I mean, as I'm learning, they're learning as well. So it's definitely a factor, but it's not a bad thing. Yeah.
Start of the season, we've seen a lot of road course racing, and as we head kind of after the month of May, we're going to have some more ovals in Gateway and Nashville, and obviously late in the season we're going to go to Milwaukee as well. So in USF, you don't really do much over racing. A lot of people say Lucas Oil Raceway isn't really a proper oval.
Yeah, it's not.
So kind of what are your thoughts about going to kind of these quicker ovals? I know you've done a bit of testing there as well. So kind of what's your excitement for racing on ovals, let's say proper ovals, for the first time?
Nashville was awesome. Like, I had never driven like an oval like that before. I mean, the only old like asphalt oval I'd driven was Lucas Oil Raceway. But that, as you said, isn't really like a true oval. It's small. There's not too much bank on it. So, I mean, it's good to kind of get your bearings on an oval and kind of see what it's like, and getting close to the walls on the entries and exits. But Nashville and Gateway were awesome. Like, taking Nashville flat was so cool. Like, I kept telling myself, like, the first, like, hour there, like, there's no way. Like, there's no way I can take it flat. And I did it. I was like, oh, okay. That was pretty cool. Let's go do it again. But the big ovals are a lot of fun. Like, a lot of fun. And I'm looking forward to the oval races this year.
We've spoken to a couple of drivers who've driven ovals for the first time, and they said the first time they got out of the car, they were just really, really dizzy. So is that an experience you've also had?
Yeah, I mean, thankfully, I've done some roundy round stuff with the sprint cars and midgets and the USF 2000 and Pro 2000 over at Lucas Oil. But dizzy after doing a longer stint is something that you kind of get a little bit of. I don't know if it's more so dizzy or like lightheaded. I can't really tell the difference because I'm not like spinning, but I could feel a little bit of that lightheadedness. I get out of the car, I'm like, oh, okay, let's not walk so fast back to the timing stand. But it's definitely something that you feel, not when you're in the car, which is great, but when you get out and you're kind of on flat ground and you're walking, you'll start to feel it a little bit.
And when you go to ovals, obviously the speed is a lot higher. Do you kind of feel the G-forces make a kind of a big difference? These cars not powerful enough to experience that kind of, what happens with that sort of element of it?
You definitely feel it. Now, definitely not as much as the IndyCar guys, but you will feel it, especially at a track that I think is going to be tougher on the physical side is going to be Milwaukee, as there's hardly any bank. So it's just going to pull that lateral G just constantly. So I think that's going to be similar to the Lucas Oil stuff, where it's kind of flatter, not as much of a bank to rely on. But that might be where I have a little bit of advantage on some other guys in this series, is they're not used to, the only ovals that they've driven, they've got a pretty good amount of bank to them, because we've only been to Nashville and Gateway now. So, but the physicality of the ovals is definitely a very real thing. I was a little bit apprehensive coming into the ovals on like how the physical standpoint was going to be, but it's there for sure. I will say that. You'll feel it in the neck area for sure.
So I guess a lot of your free time is spent in the gym, but we were also going to ask kind of, what do you kind of get up to away from the track, just to let people get to know you a little bit better? So when you're not kind of with the team, or I guess working out, kind of what do you enjoy doing, or just kind of give people an idea?
I mean, I'm kind of an adrenaline junkie. Like, I grew up racing dirt bikes, and I like, if I get a chance to go ride my dirt bike, I'm doing it for sure. Like, it's like one of my favorite things to ever do. But like off-season stuff like snowboarding, dirt bike riding, go to the desert, drive the UTVs, stuff like that. But I mean, kind of just like here mid-season, chilling at my apartment, just, I don't know, find a good TV show to put on and relax a little bit, play some video games or something like that, and just hang out with friends. So it's nothing too crazy, but off season's kind of like my little break to go do some stuff that I can't really do mid season. Is we don't want to get hurt mid season. Our season's toast, but off season we'll go have some fun.
It's a long off season as well.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's fairly long. We still have testing and stuff in the off season, but not too much. We've got a very finite amount of days, but I think it's like September to March. Yeah,
pretty much 6 months.
Yeah, so get a little bit of a break to kind of go do kind of what we want, but I think we have 3 off-season tests.
Okay.
So not overdoing it, because those tests are so important, as 2 of the 3 we will go to are going to be tracks that we're actually going to race. So, but no, yeah, I like to get outside and be active and stuff when I can.
Have you got any TV shows on rotation at the minute? What's the current situation there?
I just finished my second time through on a TV show called Supernatural. I love that show. First time watching it, I was like, probably like 15, and I was like, why not? Let's just like watch it again. But one of my favorites, Parks and Rec, great show. The Office is a great show. Big Family Guy guy over here. Probably watched Family Guy 10 times through, but I mean, just kind of an entertaining show. Just action, thriller, stuff like that. Yeah.
Carson, we're British.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever been to Britain, first of all?
I have not. I've had a layover there, but
Okay.
I haven't actually spent time there.
Okay, have you been to Europe then? Or
Yeah.
Whereabouts?
Italy. I've
Okay.
got some family in Italy, so
Nice.
we used to do like family trips over there for a couple weeks, go say hi to the family and stuff, but nothing too crazy.
Do you have a particular British stereotype? So if you thought of a British person, what would you say the stereotypical
Beans and toast.
beans on toast? Have you ever had beans
I
on
haven't
toast?
had beans and
you
toast.
have to
actually.
try
No.
beans on toast.
I can't dig on it because I haven't had it. It just seems like a weird combo to me. Like I don't know, man. I don't.
Beans on toast is great because it's like your late night easy meal.
Mhm.
Like I'm hungry but I want something a bit fulfilling. You put some beans in the microwave and put it on toast.
I mean, I can't fault you for that. I'm like a Kraft mac and cheese guy at late night or something like
Do
that.
you have a weird food combo?
Weird food combo? No, but I'll roast pineapple on pizza all day.
Oh,
No shot.
that might
That's
be one
wrong.
and done for this series, Carson. That take there.
No, I can't do it. I tried it once. I'm like, I don't like the cheese with like the sweet flavor. I can't do it. I just can't.
I hope you didn't go to Italy and have pineapple and pizza.
No,
you might
no,
have been shot.
I think I would get crucified if that were the case.
Good. We've
Yeah.
avoided disaster there.
Yeah, no.
I also saw you're studying at university.
Yeah.
So what do you study?
I study sports business and marketing. I'm online through ASU, or Arizona State University, if you're unfamiliar. But yeah, I mean, I kind of value my degree pretty highly. So that's something my parents kind of instilled in me when I was a young kid, is education is key. So versing myself in as much things as I can. Like fun fact, I'm a huge ocean nut. huge. Like, if you ask me a question about the ocean, I probably have an answer for it. I had a junior marine biologist license when I was younger.
I'll have to do a quiz on that in the future.
Dude, let's do it. I'm here for it. But yeah, I mean, I'm a nature guy. I like learning about a lot of stuff. Curiosity kills the cat. I like to learn about a lot of stuff. So if good example, when I'm sitting at home, I'll just think of something like, I wonder what this is. I'll go look it up or something like that. But yeah, I mean, I study through Arizona State. A little bit behind on the degree standpoint, just trying to balance everything with racing, but we're still doing it. We're still trying to slowly but surely get our degree, because that's a pretty important one for me.
What is it like balancing it with racing? Because obviously racing's a
yeah.
big commitment. So, like, do you get any free time with that?
It's tough. I mean, I'm on kind of a different kind of program with the school stuff. I've got from January 1st to December 31st to kind of do as many classes as I want. So what I'll kind of do is January through March, I'll try to pack in as much school as I can, and then September through December, I'll do more. So kind of mid-season during the racing, I'll slow back on it a little bit just to focus on one thing or another, not try to overload myself and get burnt out. But balancing it's tough. It is tough, especially when we get to the dog days and the middle to end of the season when things get really busy. So, yeah.
And obviously, I know not all the way through your studies, but kind of that degree, how useful is it in a field like this where you're so dependent on sponsorship and contacts and that kind of thing? Like, how useful is it to have as a degree in particular, considering the field you're in?
So far, it's been very helpful. Like, having intellectual conversation with potential financial partners and people that just like, I want to be a part of my team program, is like, I'm able to have a higher level of conversation with them. And it's something that I'm able to bring to the table where I'm not just like a guy that's just driving the race car. Like, I care about you as a person. I care about your business and how we can benefit each other. So that was kind of something I wanted to do when I got into school, was that sports business route, just to give myself a better foundation of what actually goes on behind the scenes and how I'm able to help out with that, not just kind of dish it off to somebody else, but here, you do this, I'm just going to go drive a car. Like, it's something that, like, I'm kind of a firm believer in your team is your team. You're a part of your team. You're not just doing your one thing. You have to make each other better in every aspect. So it's been something that's very helpful for me.
So we head to Detroit next. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on racing there for the first time? It's been a bit chaotic in the past in Indy NXT. So yeah, just kind of preview the next race for us.
Yeah, I mean, it's a bumpy one. That's for sure. It attracts chaos. And I think if we can do all the laps and keep our nose clean, I think it'll benefit us. I mean, obviously we want to be as fast as we can, but keeping it consistent and clean is something that is going to be very important for us as well. And I think you ask anybody that, they're going to say the same thing, but it's racing. Things go wrong when you don't want them to. So it's going to be a tough one, for sure.
Can anything prepare you for the bumps, and what do they actually feel like when you're racing on a bumpy track?
I mean, that's where the off-road helps a little bit too, the bumps. But I got a little bit of strength in that lower back. Nice. Yeah, you know, used to the bumps and harsh landings and stuff, but I mean, not really. You can't accurately portray what it's like when you're driving it on like a simulator or anything like that. You can get close and to a point where you have a little bit better of a readiness coming into the weekend, but nothing that's going to be like you're on the sim and it's going to feel exactly like that when you're on the track. So just kind of, it's more like mental prep, watching video and being on the sim if we can, and just getting ready for it so we have a better baseline to come into the weekend with.
So the rest of the day here at Indy, you got any exciting plans? Going to do a bit more roaming around, but we'll inevitably catch you about 14 times.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think I'm going to go hover around the 8-car stand and see if I can be more of a sponge like I was yesterday. Just learning as much as I can so that if we do get that chance to drive around here someday, that we're not behind the curve. So I think we're going to go do some spectating from the timing stand and in the garage and stuff, and kind of pick some people's brains, see what's going on and stuff, and watch the guys get ready for a fast Friday tomorrow. So, yeah.
Cool. Right. To end off, whilst we're here in Indianapolis, we've still got about another week and a half whilst we're here. You got any food spots or recommendations of things to see? What should we get up to in the remaining time whilst we're here?
There's a really good sushi place over in Carmel. It's called Blue Sushi. Okay. That place is awesome. I love that place. And the place above it, it's in the Ironworks Hotel. That restaurant is also phenomenal. Carmel's got like the best food over here besides like downtown Indy. So go check out Carmel. There's a lot of good food spots there.
Nice.
Indianapolis better for food than home, or?
Oh. I don't know. I've lived in 2 separate places now, but California's got better sushi. I'll say that. I don't know. It's just hard to depict like who's got like a better palate. I don't know. There's a lot of good food here, and there's been a lot of good food places everywhere I've lived. So Texas kills on the barbecue. It's Texas. You can't beat the barbecue in Texas. But the steaks here are really good. I will say that. I like the steaks here a lot. Like Prime 47 downtown, phenomenal steaks. You can't go wrong on anything on that menu. If you go there, lobster mac too. Oh my gosh, it is so good.
That is the most stereotypical American meal I think we can end up on. That's your beans on toast. Carson, enjoying the next kind of week and a half you're here. Let's hope you kind of soak it in as a sponge, all as you say, and I'm sure we're going to catch you kind of some point after. I was very busy, couple of races, so we'll try and find a time in the next couple of weeks to catch up with you again, and be over Zoom, which isn't as exciting, but obviously appreciate your time and hopefully start a great series.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me.